What's more important, calories or protein?
Calories are king for fat loss. But protein is going to be... So calories are king for fat loss. You could just eat table sugar all day. If you eat... yeah, it'd be flipping grim. You know what I mean? You could drink Coca-Cola all day. You can eat McDonald's every day. If you consume fewer calories than your body burns, you'll lose weight. Like, that is like the fundamental principle. However, if you want to make being in a calorie deficit more enjoyable and not miserable and not hungry all the time, making smart food choices, eating enough protein, eating enough fiber, making smart food choices, eating more whole foods, like, it just makes it easier. So protein is really important. So when we lose weight, we maximize fat loss, not just weight loss. And the three main things that you're going to want to do to make sure that when you lose weight, it is as much fat as possible and as not as much muscle is get enough protein, do resistance training, and making sure that you get enough sleep.
And why should people care about losing muscle? Because they might be like, I don't care, I just want to be smaller.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of people want to lose weight, but when people say they want to lose weight, most of the time they say they want to lose fat. Or what they actually mean, is they want to lose fat. So if you ever said I want to look toned, what tone means is lose fat, build muscle. So when you lose weight, you want to maximize fat loss and maintain as much muscle or even build muscle while you're going through a deficit. That's going to be better for your overall metabolic health. You're going to burn more calories when you eventually hit your weight loss goal.
Because having more muscle mass means your body is more hungry, in simple terms. So somebody who's 60 kilos, who's got a higher percentage of muscle mass, is going to burn more calories day to day than somebody who's got a lower muscle mass at the same weight, which is why you want to keep as much muscle as you can whilst losing the fat.
Yeah, I think actually one of the big issues with semaglutide and GLP-1s and Ozempic is the other big name that people know, is that when people have, I think Peter Attia done MRI scans, not MRI, done DEXA scans, which is like a mini MRI, of people who took a GLP-1 and then they took it again after being on the protocol for so long, and they lost a lot of weight, but they lost a lot of muscle because they weren't having high protein diets, they weren't getting great sleep still, they weren't doing resistance training. So even though they lost weight, they got fatter. And that's something that you really want to avoid because that's making you metabolically unhealthy, which is something that you want to avoid.
And it also means your maintenance calories are going to be lower than they would have been. So where we were saying earlier, you're going to believe for the rest of your life you have to eat 1,200 calories or you're going to gain weight. Actually, if you lose a lot of muscle, maybe not 1,200 calories, but lower, it is going to be true. It is going to be less than what you're used to. And the other thing is, like, having above average muscle mass is a huge predictor for reduction in all-cause mortality. Mm-hmm. So it's about a 30% reduction in all-cause mortality by just having above average muscle mass. Yeah. So any muscle you got, you want to keep it.
100%.
Are you ready to lose 30 to 60 pounds in under 6 months without restrictive diets, countless hours exercising, or any guesswork? Well, we help women over 30 do exactly that. Lose weight guaranteed. And 5 to 10 pounds a month is the average weight loss. And that's not a cherry pick statistic. That is the average. Your weight loss results are 100% guaranteed. You will lose unwanted body fat. So apply at BodySmartFitness.com. That's BodySmartFitness.com, but only if you're a woman over 30 and want to lose 30 to 60 pounds.
We're coming back to calories and protein. 1 gram of protein is 4 calories. So 100 grams of protein, 400 calories. Most women are going to need somewhere between 80 and 90 and like 140 to 50. It's going to depend. It's going to range specifically for you. But like even 150 grams of protein, which I would say is a lot for most women, it's still 600 calories a day. So you can factor that into your calorie intake. Yeah. And if you struggle to hit your protein, just build your day with protein first. Like, build all your protein into your meals and then add everything else on top of it.
So what we mean by that is, instead of saying, right, we're going to have pasta for dinner, what will we have with pasta? Be like, okay, we're going to have chicken for dinner. What will we have with chicken? Or have a little bit of pasta, have a bit of salad. And that just helps your mindset of like getting the protein into every meal. Something that I also want to cover off on this question, you said about getting 100 grams of protein.
Yes.
That doesn't mean like 100 grams of chicken breast. So what we mean by that is, if you put 100 grams of chicken breast in your phone, it will tell you how much protein is in that amount of chicken breast. And it's going to be like 25 grams of protein. So technically you would need 400 grams of chicken, let's say. Mm-hmm. Obviously you don't have to just get it from chicken. But it is a question that I get asked a lot, actually, of like, how am I going to eat 100 grams of chicken breast, or like what? There's a bit of a misconception there.
Yeah, you've just, and it's just like a new way of eating for you. And like typically what we'll see is that like most people don't get any protein in their breakfast. So that can be like a great opportunity to start with. Like, hey, how can you start to get like 15 to 25 and then maybe 20 to 30 grams of protein in your breakfast? And then just trying to make sure that you do that on like breakfast, lunch and dinner. It's really hard if you don't have like a good amount of protein in your breakfast to then squeeze it all in at the end of the day, unless you want to be like eating an egg white omelet and drinking protein shakes at the end of the day, which no one wants to do or will do.
Yeah.
So, making sure you have a high protein breakfast is just going to like lower your blood sugar. You're not going to have as much of a blood sugar crash if you're just used to having loads of carbohydrates. So you're going to feel fuller for longer, feel more satiated. And it's just going to make it easier to hit your protein goals as the day goes on.
And it doesn't have to be like this big faff either, because I think there's a bit of a like an ease associated with a carby kind of based breakfast. So like cereal, toast, it's quick.
Yeah.
But eggs on toast is pretty quick. At the time it takes your toast to toast, you can scramble some eggs in the microwave. So there are lots of things like Greek yogurt. Just get it out the fridge. There you go. A big bowl of Greek yogurt, some berries, some nuts. You can be 20 grams of protein easy. It's just changing habits.
Yeah.